Hey everyone, it's Lucy from KBeautyHobbit.com. It's time for another monthly fails and faves video. It's a video where I go over some hits and some misses from the world of K-beauty. If this is the kind of content that you enjoy, I do have a whole playlist that you can watch with the videos from earlier this year. I usually do one once a month, but there's one that combines 2 months because I just didn't get to it in time. These are in no particular order, so let's just get started. The first one is the Dr.Ceuracle Tea Tree Purifine 70 toner. It's a toner with BHA and tea tree in it. It's liquid, very watery, and has a pump dispenser. It is fine as a toner for the face. There's nothing super special about it. It is mildly exfoliating. It can help with congested pores and blackheads. However, I've been using it in an off-label way. I know that everybody, it seems, in the skincare community on Instagram who is into stuff like this really enjoys the ordinary glycolic acid on the scalp as a scalp exfoliator. And I bought that and I tried it and I'm not really impressed. I couldn't really tell if it was doing anything for my scalp. But I was watching some dermatologist videos and I think it was Dr. Idris that said that she actually prefers BHA as a scalp exfoliator. And because I already had this in my possession and didn't want to buy anything new, I thought I'd try this on the scalp, and I would just spritz it on directly onto the skin while my hair was dry and not clean, rub it in and leave it on for, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and then shampoo and condition and do everything else as usual. I've noticed that my hair stays clean way longer, and because it's staying cleaner, it also looks a little bit better and thicker. I have an oily scalp, but the rest of my hair is pretty dry or normal, and so I usually have to shampoo every other day. And even shampooing every other day, I still need to resort to dry shampoo in between. And then this really prolongs that time. I can go like every 3 days. And if I'm still doing every other day, I tend to not have to use dry shampoo then. I've been really liking it. I actually saw this amount go down quite a bit since using it, so I'm almost out of it now. Normally I do not go through BHA toners this quickly, but with the scalp it's just been really good. So if you have some kind of BHA product that you use on the scalp that you can recommend me that's maybe made more specifically for the scalp, I'd love to hear your ideas on that. The next one is a giant fail. It's the Lemuse hand cream. And I've had this experience with their products before. I had a body wash and a body cream that were just fine formulation-wise. They cleansed fine, they moisturized fine, but they had a horribly strong fragrance. But at least those ones, the fragrance wasn't unpleasant. It wasn't my cup of tea necessarily, but it wasn't disgusting. This one is disgusting. Oh, you know, it's like if a bouquet of flowers just met a really bad car air freshener and like bathroom spray. Ew. The problem with this too is not only is it strong, but it lingers. I'm not gonna lie, I could only use this once. So as far as the cream itself goes, it seems to be fine. It moisturizes hands just like any normal hand cream would. But I made a mistake of putting this on before bed, as one would with hand cream. A lot of the times that's the longest time that I would go in the day without washing my hands, so it's kind of nice to just put a good moisturizer on before bed and then wake up with potentially better looking and better feeling skin. But I quickly realized that the smell was not going away. My husband even commented on it. It is just so strong and yucky. I do have one friend who tends to enjoy very fragrance things, and she has different preferences for fragrance, so she might like that. I'm going to cautiously offer it to her with a few disclaimers, but other than that, this is just gross and unusable to me. This is a win. It's Skin 1004 cleansing oil. It's a travel size. I went to Vegas earlier in the month, and I will, or by the time this comes out, maybe I already would have a video published about that, but I went to Cosmoprof as Skin 1004's guest. I happen to have this at home already, so I brought it with me as my travel cleansing oil, and I really enjoyed it. It takes off makeup and sunscreen beautifully, doesn't irritate the eyes. I was gone for 2 nights and 3 days, but I had some extra showers in the middle of the day a couple times as well because it was 110 degrees in Vegas. So I've used this several times. And as you can see, not much of it is gone. It really doesn't take much for one application. And this tends to be the case actually with a lot of travel size skincare. I can typically do more than one trip with just one bottle, but it's wonderful. I have another full size or another full bottle of the travel size, and then I have another full size bottle of this cleansing oil. So I'm really looking forward to opening the full-size one once I'm out of my current cleansing oil, because the formula is really nice, and to the best of my knowledge it is fragrance free. It doesn't smell like anything, very gentle. Can't say the same about the Sulwhasoo Time Treasure Invigorating Emulsion. It came in a travel size or trial size as well, and there was an eye cream in there. It was pretty good. Face cream, a toner type product, and then this emulsion is like a light lotion. It is so difficult to use. Part of it is the packaging, and maybe the full-size one is better at that, but this packaging, this little travel size one, just has a normal opening. And while this is a lotion, it's not as thick as cream, it's still plenty thick to make it very difficult to get out. I mean, I can shake it and shake it and shake it and nothing comes out. And this was the case even when the bottle was much fuller. So I struggle just with that aspect. And then another thing, this one also has a lot of fragrance in it, and not the type of fragrance that I would prefer. I remember the first time using this line a little while back. I'm out of everything now except for this product, but my husband said that I smell like church camp. I still never could get any more details about that and why his church camp smelled like high-end Korean skincare, but it is very, I don't know. It's a very specific acquired taste. It's not necessarily my favorite. However, I'd still use it if I could get out the rest of it. I tried storing it upside down, and even that doesn't help very much, so I'm about giving up on this. And it's kind of, I have an interesting experience with this in general, because this is such an expensive, fancy brand. I kind of wanted to like it. I got this as PR, and I got some other things of theirs, and I don't normally buy Sulwhasoo or these more premium brands. I've started to a little bit experiment with those more in recent months, but this was one of the very first things that I had, and so it just felt special and fancy, and I wanted to like it. And this just goes to show that fancier and more expensive isn't always better. I will take something better priced like Crevectin or Purita over this any day. Last but not least, major FOMO item, Beauty of Joseon sunscreen. I've heard so much about it. I had to get it. The interesting thing is, once I did get it, I had a few of my followers who tend to know my preferences because they read a lot of my reviews say that I might not enjoy this because the finish is supposed to be pretty dewy, and I would disagree with it. It's not dewy. It's very natural, and it makes my skin look glowy in a healthy way, but it's not shiny and it's not greasy looking at all. It's not sticky. It's like I'm wearing nothing. It's amazing, and it doesn't smell like anything. Yeah, it doesn't smell like anything. It looks like this on the skin. I'm very fair, so a lot of the times it is difficult for me to judge white cast, but with this, I think it's pretty safe to say that it will not leave a white cast on anybody, just because it seems completely transparent. If I remember right, these are all chemical filters, might be combination. I will do a full review on my blog, KBeautyHobbit.com. When I do those reviews, I always include, if I can get it at all, a full list of ingredients at the very end of the blog post for your convenience, because sometimes it is difficult to find ingredients list online for Kbeauty. It's been a little bit easier in recent months and years, but it's still not super easy. But you can see it's not shiny. It's not greasy. It's already drying down beautifully. I can still feel it a little bit, but I know that that will settle down here within a minute or so. It doesn't irritate my eyes. I put it on before working out and sweated with it on and didn't have any eye irritation. It's just amazing. Highly recommend. It's one of those rare instances where an overhyped product ends up actually being deserving of the hype. That is all I got as far as fails and faves for this month. Please share your own fails and faves in the comments, Asian beauty or not. I don't care. I want to hear what you're liking and not liking. If you like my content, please consider subscribing and liking this video. I know I don't usually ask for that kind of stuff because I find it a little funny when creators do, but I think some people don't think about that, and All of that kind of stuff really does help support my channel. I really appreciate you for doing that if you have the time, and of course leave me a comment. That's another really great thing. I love hearing from you. You can find me on Instagram at KBeautyHobbit, on my blog KBeautyHobbit.com, in my private Facebook group Korean Beauty Fanatics, and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, please remember to always listen to your skin. Thank you so much. Bye.